he's bet, I think that's a great thing. There's no way that New England's going to lose by 2 touchdowns. And there's no way I don't think that game gets to 59 points. So that's one of those where that +7, I agree with you, Bryce. I think New England covers that.
Yeah. I feel you on that one. Belichick, yeah, like you say, it's just there's too well coached. Like
again, yeah,
simple
100%.
as that. All right, next game on the slate here. We got 3 more guys coming in for a landing. Buffalo traveling to Las Vegas to take on the Raiders, and they are the road favorites, -3.5. 52.5 is the over/under. Joe, you are the Buffalo Bills fan, so we're going to let you go last. Reuter, what you thinking, sir?
The only thing that makes me nervous about this game is the spread itself, because I've seen some inconsistencies with the Vegas Raiders. I like them a lot. I like a lot of the players. I think I've mentioned before on this cast that I really like Derek Carr. Josh Jacobs, I think, is a legitimate stud running back. Darren Waller looks like the real deal at tight end, incredibly athletic. You would think, as well as the Bills have been playing, although they always kind of seem to they get the raw end of the stick with the media and with Vegas. I'd like to think that the Bills would be bigger favorites here, so I find it a little curious that even at home, the Raiders are only 3.5-point dogs on this one. Vegas usually tends to know what they're talking about, but I'm still going to go with Buffalo here. This is the first time all year I've gone with Buffalo. I think they really proved, despite the fact that they fell apart, they can beat you in a lot of ways. They can beat you on the ground. They can beat you through the air this year, which is a new wrinkle. And for the first time, I saw that this is a team that can come from behind and score big. In the past, the Achilles heel for Buffalo is that they couldn't come back. They're not a team that was built to come from behind. And I think with the elevation of Josh Allen's play, and with the fact that they've added Stephon Diggs, a legitimate deep threat, they can get some sneaky touchdowns in there. I like Buffalo all day here, probably with the over, because I think the Bills are kind of an offensive juggernaut, and I could see the Bills winning this one like 35-28. So I'm going with Buffalo here on the road.
Yeah, I like Buffalo in this game as well. And Raiders defense is just bad. Like it's not a good defense at all. Offensively, the Raiders are pretty solid, but they're going to be without like their 2 receivers. It looks like Bryan Edwards is hurt. Henry Ruggs is listed as doubtful. Trent Brown is listed as doubtful. And I don't know if like Darren Waller is going to be enough. Like Buffalo got their linebackers back, and I'm going to roll with Buffalo big on this one. I think this can get ugly. I think it will get ugly, honestly. Josh Allen looks awesome right now. I think I have him probably second or third in MVP candidates going into week 4. I got to give credit where credit is due. The man is balling. Give me Buffalo. Give me a score of 30. Give me 33, and I'll give Las Vegas 17.
I hope it's that. I hope it's like that. I love everything that you guys have said. Buffalo's been a love-hate relationship with this franchise for the 37 years I've been on this planet. This is probably the most excited I've ever been as a Bills fan to see what this offense has done. The progression that Josh Allen has made from his rookie season to where he is now is unbelievable. And you kind of saw glimpses of it in the Dallas Cowboys game on Thanksgiving last year. Some of the throws that he was making looked so much better than the decisions and the throws that he was making in the past. And you even kind of saw a little bit of it in the Texans game in the playoffs, where he was making throws that were just like making your jaw drop with that arm strength that he has. He still has that tendency to make the stupid boneheaded play, still has that fumbleitis problem a little bit. But the progression that he's made and just the impact he's had on this offense, the impact that Stephon Diggs has had, creating that just over-the-top receiver. Ed, I think we talked about it last year. He was terrible. Josh was terrible throwing the ball down the field past 20 yards. Remember how awful he was? He was like 10% completion or so. It was something stupid on passes more than 20 yards. And through the first 3 weeks, I think he's in the 70% range on those same passes. Probably not a percentage that he can keep up for 16 weeks. But this is an exciting time to be a Bills fan. Schedule is going to be tough this year. This is a must-win game for the Bills. You got to go into Las Vegas and you got to win this game because the next 4 or 5 games are brutal. brutal matchups the next 4 or 5 games. Tennessee, Kansas City, New England, I think, is in there. Lots of tough games, and we have to play the NFC West. So you still have, San Francisco, you still have Seattle, and a scary, inconsistent Arizona team. So this is a must-win game for the Bills. I'm taking them. I think they're going to go in. I think they're going to win. Josh Jacobs makes me a little nervous. The defense makes me a little nervous. Bills' defense was supposed to be one of the top units. They've kind of, they haven't looked that great. But I think Bryce nailed it with the linebackers being back. I think Matt Milano is probably the most important defensive player on this team. I know we have Trey White, and he's amazing, and I love him. But I think Matt Milano is the difference maker. When he's not in the game, there's a huge difference in that Bills defense. I think Milano can shut down the tight end. Jacobs makes me a little bit nervous, but as Bryce said, the Raiders are reeling in terms of receiver. I think Hunter Renfrow is their number one going in. I see Buffalo going in and hopefully winning by a lot, but I like the spread at 3.5. I think they win by at least 6 or more. I also like the over in this game. I like a lot of points to be scored, even with the injuries that Las Vegas has.
All right, boys. Next game on the slate, we got the Sunday night ticket. Philadelphia traveling to San Fran to take on the very hobbled 49ers. And Niners are still -7 favorites in this game. And I guess this just goes to show how shitty this Philadelphia team has been so far. 46 points is the over-under.
This game just is.
Yeah, I don't like. I don't know, bro. Like, do I take the Niners? Like, do I?
No.
Like, I don't think I got it. Like, I don't think I take the Niners in this one, man. Like, Philadelphia, as bad as they have been, they still got the better quarterback in this game, right? And
you'd think.
I would think, yeah.
I'm going to I'll throw some stats at you if I can. Can I throw some stats?
Yeah, please.
So
do.
Philadelphia, 5th in the league in total yards allowed, 5th in the league on opponent third down percentage, 4th in the league in yards per carry, 3rd in the league in sacks. That defense has actually been their saving grace this year, and they're going up against pretty much a third-string 49ers offense. I'm not sure I like Philly to win this game. I don't know. I can see it happening, but I sure as hell like him covering a 7-point spread.
I do too. That 7 points is it's hard not to pass up on that. Like, it's hard not to pass on that.
Yeah, it's not the Niners blew out the Giants. This is not the New York Giants. The Eagles are a better team than the Giants. Now the over under, I might not touch that. I could definitely see the under hitting at 40, even at 46. I could see this being a low scoring, just kind of defensive type game. I like the Eagles on the spread. I'm not going to if I had to pick a winner, I still think San Francisco is probably the better team, but it wouldn't surprise me if Philly wins this game.
I agree with you. I'm going to go Eagles win this, or excuse me, I'm going to go Niners win this game, but the Eagles will cover with the points. Give me a score. I'm going to go 2014 San Fran, but Eagles cover.
I like it.
Yeah, I think this is going to be one of the lowest scoring games of the week. I would not be surprised if the 49ers won again, despite an incredibly depleted roster. What they did to the Giants was embarrassing, with as many people that were missing off of their team. The starting roster to go in and do that to New Jersey was just a sight to see, to be honest. The Eagles are better than that. I like the Eagles at least to cover here, and I think it's going to be a very low scoring game. So we're going to call it like 17-14 Niners, but the Eagles covering. So kind of make it a three-peat with what you guys were saying. I'm right in line with that.
Yeah. 7 points is just too much to a third string team right now. All right. And then Monday Nighter, boys, we're going to cap it off with this one. We got the Atlanta Falcons traveling to Green Bay, take on the Packers, the red hot Packers right now. Aaron Rodgers is looking phenomenal. Right now, Green Bay is favorites -7.5, and over under is 56.5. I'm making this quick. I kind of made a rule for now on moving forward. Always bet on Atlanta over, because they're going to score points and their defense is dog shit, so they're going to give up points. And I like the over in this one, and I like Green Bay winning it, though. Give me a score of 35 and Atlanta 30, And I mean, I kind of just, you know what? Like, I feel bad for Falcons fans. I want to give them a hug for what has happened 3 weeks in a row. But at the same time, I'm kind of hoping it happens again for a fourth straight week, because this is just an amazing story. You know, they're just up, and then Aaron Rodgers comes on the field and just they blow it again. But yeah, 35-30, Green Bay, over. Definitely nailing the over.
It would appear as though Vegas definitely agrees with you on, always bet the over with the Falcons. This game actually has the highest over-under of the week. Of all the games at 56.5, and I'd still go with it. I think the Packers are going to put up a ton of points on that very porous Falcons defense, and I think that Green Bay can be exploited too. The Falcons have had a way to stick in it. Matt Ryan's kind of doing his thing. I was not as convinced at the beginning of the year, but Joe called it. Calvin Ridley, that kid is an animal. He's a really good receiver.
He may not play though.
Oh, he may be out too. Is Julio back?
This game makes me nervous because of all the injuries. Calvin, he's been limited in practice. He looks like he's trending to play. Julio probably will play too. And Gage has been because Gage was hurt too. He's concussed. He was out, but there's still a chance that Calvin doesn't play and Julio. And then Green Bay is decimated with injuries too. Their wide Devontae might not play. Lazard's already been ruled out. So it looks like Valdez-Scantling might be the number one in Green Bay this week.
It seems as though the
starting in fantasy.
The Falcons just keep finding ways to score, though. There was a kid that I watched. He came on at the end of the game, that Zacchaeus. Yeah, he's got a fun name, and he's fun to watch.
He's fast as shit.
Yeah, he is super fast. He looked really good at the end of the game. And then there was Brian Hill was a running back that they actually gave 9 touches. Seems like he might get a lot of touches because it looks like they're going the same route with Todd Gurley, kind of trying to keep those legs fresh, not giving him too many carries, the same thing that the Rams did with him. And Brian Hill kind of, I mean, for all intents and purposes, outperformed Todd Gurley, better yards per carry. He had a few less touches, but also got in the end zone. The Falcons are going to find ways to put up points. They just can't find a way to stop other teams from putting up points. So I definitely like the over still, despite the injuries. I think even despite the injury to Devontae Parker, I think that Aaron Rodgers and Matt Ryan will both find a way to put points on to what did I say?
Devontae Parker.
Devontae Adams, excuse me. I'm sorry. I misspoke. Wrong Devontae. My respect to both of them. Yes, Devontae Adams, despite that injury, I think that the Packers are going to roll. I like them by at least 10, but we'll call it like 37-27, right in there. Nice. Does that cover me on the over?
37. What did you say? 37-27?
Yeah, does that give me there?
It covers you.
Yeah, see? Nailed it.
Math.
Math for the win.
That's 64 points, so good job.
Yes. Joe, take us home. What do you think?
Devontae Adams has already come out and said he's not going to play unless he's 100%. He's not 100%, so I really don't think he's going to play. Lazard's out. Lazard stepped up huge against the Saints. I think he had over 150 on a touch. So you're looking at Marquez Valdez-Scantling, and I don't even know who the other receiver is there. I really don't. I couldn't tell you who their number 2 is right now. If Adams and Lazard don't play, they don't have a good receiving tight end. It makes me nervous. They might rely on Aaron Jones catching passes out of this game. I mean, I could still see the Packers scoring points, but just for the injuries alone, man, I'd be nervous betting that over. I know they can't stop shit, but 56.5, I don't know. I'd be a little nervous taking that. I still think Green Bay wins. That's another one too. I don't know, the 7.5. Every one of Atlanta's losses this year has been less than 3 points, right? 3 or 4 points. They haven't been blown out of any game. So I think if they're more healthy than Green Bay, I like Atlanta against the spread. I think. I just don't. I don't necessarily love the over like you guys do, but I can see where you're coming from. This is I don't know. It's so weird with all the injuries and shit. I'm wishy-washy on this one. I know that's not what you want, but I really am.
No, I feel you on that one. I get it too. Their best receivers aren't playing. It's like, I get it. As good as the quarterbacks is, you can only do so much with them.
Right.
At the same time, though, I don't know. I just feel like they just find weapons and then they just score touchdowns and then defenses just don't stop them. So that's how I'm kind of just going off of.
And I don't think there's anything wrong on the surface with having games that you're not as sure about, right? I mean, we're going through every game. It's easy to pick your locks and things like that in games that you really like. But with this, it's tough. When we go through every single game on the slate, it's tough to sometimes nail some of these picks down. And it's all right. It's all right to tell the people that you're not sure. That's all right. Nothing wrong with that.